Hey guys, Malachite here. Let me see if I can get this set up. There we go. So we don't fall over. I'm surrounded by cats and I'm so glad. Wow, what a movie did I watch tonight. And I just got done watching it. So, what a movie. Let me tell you right now. Hopefully we don't have the cat toilet in the picture here tonight. I watched a film from 2012 starring Elijah Wood and Nora, it's a French name, I think, Arnezeder. I just butchered the hell out of that. Arnezeder, something like that, called Maniac. There is the movie poster. I'm gonna tell you right now, go ahead and click off if you don't like slasher horror, if you don't like gore, if you don't like mannequins, if you don't like serial killers, if you didn't like the movie Saw, click off because you're not gonna like this movie. This was made, seriously or not, this was made in 2012. It's a French-American, they're calling it on IMDb, they're calling it a psychological slasher film, which is pretty accurate. I would put psychological slasher horror from hell film, directed by, this is all French, so Franck Calfon, and written by Alexandre Aja, Gregory Levasseur, and C.A. Rosenberg. It was produced by the French film companies La Petite Renée and Studio 37. It's apparently a remake of a 1980 film of the same name, which I didn't know. And it does star, like I said, Elijah Wood plays Frank Zito. And let me see, where'd she go? Nora Arnezeder, there we go. No, Arnezeder plays Anna. And Elijah Wood plays the serial killer. And anything Elijah Wood does, anything he touches turns to gold. He is one of the best actors out there, period, hands down. Doesn't matter that I'm a Lord of the Rings fan. If he's a crap actor, I would say he's a crap actor. Dominic Monaghan, I love Dominic Monaghan, mediocre actor. But I love him so much. He was like my favorite during all the Lord of the Rings films. I absolutely adore him. And I love his Dom's Wild Things. I'm waiting to find some way to watch that because I love how much he loves animals and the environment and all of that. I just adore him. But Elijah Wood, fantastic, fantastic actor. Anything he touches turns to gold, and that includes this film. He is completely creepy. He's terrifying. And this movie really fits the MO of what a serial killer normally is, which is a male, usually 30 to 40 years old, and they have one way that, at least one particular thing that they always do when they kill someone, and generally they have some history of child abuse, or, you know, I mean, it's your normal serial killer things, which they got right, which I appreciated, because I do read a lot about serial killers and things like that. I don't know why, it's just interesting to me, mostly because psychology is interesting to me and the human mind is interesting to me, which is probably why films like this are interesting to me. But it isn't. This is incredibly gory. It was almost too gory for me. And that's saying a lot. It's incredibly gory. But it needs to be incredibly gory because of the story. I mean, it can't be all sunshine and roses. It's a serial killer movie. Basically, one of the very unique things about this film, and for anyone that's never watched my Saturday night movie review, which I hope I said this was the Saturday night movie review and that I was Malachite. I don't remember if I did. I'm very all over the place because this thing got my adrenaline through the ceiling. I'll put it at the beginning if I didn't. If you're not familiar with my movie reviews, I tend to, there are spoilery things, but I try not to spoil the plot because that ruins the whole film. So if you're like me and you don't want any kind of a spoilery thing, then you probably want to click off. Like I went into this film not having any idea what to expect. I just knew it was one that I wanted to see. So basically, one of the unique things about this film is you see everything from the serial killer's point of view. So if you want to see a whole bunch of Elijah Wood, as far as seeing his face, you're not going to see his face in this film very much at all. You're going to hear his voice and stuff, because he's the serial killer, so he's talking and everything, but you're not going to see his face very often, because you're seeing everything from his point of view. So you're looking through his eyes, which makes it so, excuse my language, but so fucking creepy. It's just disturbing as hell. It is just really disturbing. I mean, it is plot driven. It's not just one blank, here's the serial killer, this is what he does all the time, he's really messed up. It's not just that. What I like is they throw things into the plot to almost make you want to sympathize with the character, which is strange because you really don't want to. Not to the level that you would sympathize with Dexter in the TV series Dexter, if anyone's familiar with that. This is way gorier than Dexter, or on a level. No, it's on a level of some of the gore with Dexter. It's way gorier than some parts of... I just throw that out the window. Anyway, what was I trying to say? Basically, you don't sympathize with him in the way that you do Dexter in the TV series Dexter at all, but there's some places where you almost sympathize with him, which is strange, and it's a strange emotion to feel as you're watching this movie. So you might want to be prepared for that, where you kind of feel things and you're like, well, I don't really understand why I'm feeling that for this character or that character, because normally I wouldn't. So that throws some interesting things into the plot and into the pot. And honestly, I just really don't know how to review this movie. It's fantastic. It is really, really good, you guys. Despite the gore, despite how disturbing it is, despite how raw it is really, really good. And I am not sorry I watched it. Yes, I am disturbed, and I'm going to have to probably watch something else, I don't know, with cute things in it that are fluffy, but I'm not sorry I watched it in the least. It was absolutely fantastic. It's also, you know, once again, you know me, it's a independent film. It's distributed by IFC Midnight. But it made $2.6 million at the box office, so, and if mannequins bother you at all, they play a huge part in this movie, because he works, the family business that he owns and works and operates, they restore mannequins. I can say I really hate mannequins. They scare the crap out of me. But they were the least of my worries in this film. If that tells you anything at all. I don't like going into any kind of a room with a mannequin. I just don't like them at all. So it does add to the creepiness factor of the film. But like I said, they were the least of my concerns in this film. Overall though, if you want a real, raw, human look at a serial killer that is not exaggerated, that is just real, raw, and human, where you're looking through the eyes of someone that is acting like that. because that's what disturbs you, is you're looking through this person's eyes, which is what disturbs you so much. And if it doesn't disturb you, I'm concerned, because it should disturb you, I think, personally, but that's my personal opinion. If it doesn't disturb you and you watch a whole bunch of horror movies, then that's probably why. And you know, I'm not saying you have to be disturbed to be a normal person. I'm not saying that at all. Like I said, I'm still just full of adrenaline from watching this. But if you like movies like Saw, where there was a lot of gore, but there was also the whole psychological thing going on, you can jump down, Ruby. If you like things like that, like I said, this is real. It's raw. It is about relationships and people and the life of a serial killer. And you can handle a lot of gore, because it's a lot, and there are images that are probably ingrained in my head for a very long time, but it was worth it because it's a good film. So if you can handle those kind of things and you like slasher films, and I'm putting this in the horror category, it's really probably not, but it was so psychologically disturbing that I kind of eke it over, like crossing over into horror. So if you like those kind of movies, you definitely want to watch this. You don't want to give this a miss. It's fantastic. So again, Maniac, starring Elijah Wood. Give it a watch, guys. You will not be sorry. I promise you will not be sorry. If you get totally grossed out, though, I warned you. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. This has been your Saturday night movie review, and I'm Malachite. Till next week, blessed be. Take care, guys. Bye.